Waiting. Wealth begins not with money, but with the mindset that creates it. You see, you just keep waiting. It's not the dollars in your pocket that make you rich. It's the thinking that fills your mind. Waiting. A man with $1 million mindset will eventually attract $1 million, even if he starts with nothing. But give someone with a poor mindset a fortune, waiting, and it will vanish like smoke. Why? Because the habits, the attitude, and the vision to sustain it were never there. Waiting. If you want to ensure you're never broke again, start by upgrading your philosophy about value, growth, and opportunity. Waiting. The skill of personal discipline is the doorway to every kind of abundance. Without discipline, even the best plans fall apart. Waiting. It's discipline that gets you up early, keeps you learning, and drives you to act when others hesitate. It's not easy to be consistent. Waiting. But it's the price you pay for a life of freedom. People want results without the sacrifice. But that's not how success works. Master the daily disciplines. Waiting. And soon enough, the results will speak for themselves. If you can learn to provide value, you'll never run out of opportunity. Waiting. Money flows to those who solve problems. It's a simple principle, yet so few live by it. Instead of asking, what can I get? Start asking, what can I give? The world pays handsomely for usefulness. When your service improves, your income improves. Waiting. Your job is to get so good they can't ignore you. The more people you serve, the more streams of income you open up. Waiting. Communication is the one skill that multiplies everything you touch, whether it's speaking, writing, selling, waiting, or negotiating. Your ability to clearly express ideas gives you influence. And influence is what drives business, leadership, and wealth. Waiting. You don't have to be a great orator, but you must be understood. If you can articulate a vision, deliver a message, or inspire others, doors will open. Keep waiting. Learn to speak well and the world will listen. The ability to solve problems is what turns average people into wealthy ones. Waiting. Problems are everywhere. People are desperate for solutions. That's your opportunity. The person who can stay calm, think clearly, waiting, and offer answers is the one who rises. Don't run from challenges. Train yourself to run toward them. The more complex the problem, waiting, the greater the reward for solving it. This one skill alone can make you indispensable. And that's a ticket to financial freedom. Waiting. The skill of personal discipline is the doorway to every kind of abundance. Without it, all the dreams, all the plans, all the ambition, none of it comes to life. Waiting. Discipline is the glue between goals and achievement. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep. It's making that extra call when you're tired. Waiting. It's reading the book instead of watching television. Discipline doesn't always feel good in the moment, but it always feels right in the long run. Waiting. And once you've built that muscle, there's no limit to what you can create. You see, success isn't a single act. It's a collection of small, waiting, consistent acts done daily. Anyone can do something impressive once, but can you repeat it tomorrow? Can you still show up when the mood is gone? Waiting. That's where discipline steps in. It keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. While others look for shortcuts, the disciplined person stays the course. Keep waiting. And because of that, they eventually outpace everyone else. Not with speed, but with steady progress. Now, waiting. Let me tell you, discipline doesn't take away your freedom. It gives it to you. It's the disciplined man who can take vacations guilt-free. Waiting. It's the disciplined woman who can spend without fear. Why? Because they've already paid the price. They've done the work, built the habits, earned the right. Waiting. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent enough that your efforts compound. That's how financial freedom is built. Waiting. Most people are waiting for life to get easier, but don't wait for it. Get stronger. Discipline is your strength. Waiting. It's not something you're born with. It's something you build one decision at a time. And once you do, waiting, you'll find that the big challenges in life suddenly feel smaller. The mountains become manageable. And the road ahead, while still demanding, waiting, becomes yours to conquer. So, if you really want to guarantee you'll never be broke again, learn discipline. Not just in money, but in your time, your thoughts, waiting, your habits. Because when you control those, you control your future. And once that happens, financial lack becomes a thing of the past. Waiting. If you can learn to provide value, you'll never run out of opportunity. That's a truth the marketplace will never stop rewarding. You see, waiting. Money doesn't chase people. It chases value. If you become a person of value, income becomes a natural result. The moment you stop asking, how can I get more? And start asking, how can I become more useful? Everything changes. The more valuable you are to others, waiting, the more doors swing open. Jobs, clients, business deals, referrals. That's how wealth is building, not by chasing it, but by attracting it through value, waiting. Providing value isn't about being flashy. It's about solving problems. People will pay a premium to the person who makes their life easier, faster, or better, waiting. That might mean mastering a skill, offering a unique service, or simply being dependable when others aren't. It doesn't take genius. It takes care, waiting. It takes effort. And if you can bring that to the table, the marketplace will always have a seat for you. The tragedy is that most people focus only on what they want, not what others need, waiting. But those who rise above average are those who study the needs of others and position themselves as the answer. That's what value creation is all about, waiting. You don't even have to be the best. Just be the one who shows up with a solution. Over time, that reputation grows, and so does your income, waiting. Value multiplies when you keep improving yourself. Read and learn more skill books. Practice your craft. The better you become, the more value you can offer, waiting. And that's the ultimate key to security. Because while jobs may come and go, and markets may shift, your value can never be taken from you. It travels with you, waiting. It builds with you. So if you want a life where you're never broke again, don't chase money. Build value. Stack it up in everything you do, waiting. Make yourself indispensable. The world pays whatever price is required to keep valuable people close. Become one of them, waiting. And the fear of lack will be a distant memory. Communication is the one skill that multiplies everything you touch. Whether you're in business, teaching, leading, waiting, or even parenting, your ability to express thoughts clearly can change your entire outcome. The words you choose, the tone you use, waiting. The clarity of your ideas. These shape how people respond to you. It's not enough to know something. You must be able to convey it in a way that moves others, waiting. Great communicators don't just inform, they influence. And influence, my friend, is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be, waiting. You don't have to be a charismatic speaker to succeed, but you do have to be understood. That's the beginning of all trust and all transactions, waiting. When people trust what you say and how you say it, they listen, they follow by, they believe. And that opens doors that skill alone can't open, waiting. Think about it. There are plenty of smart people who never rise because they can't express their brilliance. Meanwhile, waiting. Someone who communicates with confidence and clarity can move rooms, attract partners, and close deals. Communication is the lifeblood of leadership, waiting. If you want to rally a team, raise capital, build a brand, or teach your children, it all comes down to how you speak. Can you paint a picture with your words, waiting? Can you help people see what you see? If so, you're not just a communicator, you're a visionary, and visionaries shape the world, waiting. You don't need to shout to be powerful. You need to be intentional, sincere, and compelling. And let's not forget, listening is half of communication, waiting. Too many people are waiting to talk, not listening to understand. But when you truly listen, you learn what matters to people. That's the key to connection, waiting. And connection is where influence begins. Speak less to impress and more to connect. When people feel heard, they lean in, they remember you. They trust you, waiting. So if you want to never be broke, again, master your ability to communicate. Because the person who can move others with words will never run out of opportunity, waiting. Whether you're selling an idea, a product, or a vision, your words are the tool that shape your future. Use them well, and the world will make room for you, waiting. The ability to solve problems is what turns average people into wealthy ones. That's because the world is full of problems, waiting, and not enough people are willing to solve them. Most folks run from problems. They avoid them, complain about them, or hope someone else handles them, waiting. But the people who rise to the top are the ones who lean in and say, let me take care of that. That mindset, waiting. That willingness to become a solution of a spectator is what separates success from struggle. The bigger the problem you can solve, waiting. The bigger the reward waiting on the other side. You don't need a fancy degree to be a problem solver. You just need to develop your thinking. Learn to stay calm when others panic. Ask better questions. Break things down into pieces. C. Waiting. Wealth doesn't come to those who memorize answers. It comes to those who can figure out the answers no one else can see. Waiting. Every great business was born from a problem. Every paycheck is proof that someone needed something done. Waiting. So if you can train your mind to think in terms of solutions, you'll never run out of income. But here's the twist. Most problems are opportunities in disguise. You just keep waiting. They don't look like a blessing at first. They look like stress, like inconvenience, like work. Waiting. But the person who sees the opportunity inside the chaos, that's the person who turns a crisis into a breakthrough. It's a different lens. Waiting. And if you can shift your mindset like that, then even hard times start working in your favor. Waiting. The people who succeed long-term are the ones who make themselves indispensable. And you do that by becoming the go-to person when things get tough. Waiting. When others freeze, you think. When others give up, you get creative. Problem solvers don't just fix, they innovate. They bring peace. They bring direction. Waiting. And the marketplace rewards that kind of character. So if you want to make sure you're never broke again, waiting. Don't wait for life to get easier. Get better at solving. Grow your mind. Sharpen your skills. Waiting. And make yourself so useful that people can't afford to let you go. Because the one who solves problems writes their own paycheck. Every time. Waiting. Learn to sell. Not just products, but as solutions, and even yourself. Selling is not just a business function. It's a life skill. Every day, waiting. You're selling your opinion in a meeting, your vision to a partner, your worth to a client, even your values to your children. The problem is waiting. Most people think of sales as pressure or persuasion, but true selling is service. It's helping someone see something they need, waiting, that they may not have seen without you. It's confidence. And once you learn how to do that, the world opens up. You can have the greatest talent waiting. But if no one knows about it, it sits unused. Selling is how you get your foot in the door, waiting. It's how you present what you bring to the table in a way that others understand and appreciate. If you want to lead, you have to sell a vision, waiting. If you want to grow, you have to sell yourself on discipline. If you want to create, you have to sell your idea to investors, teammates, or an audience, waiting. Selling isn't optional. It's essential. And let me tell you this, the best salespeople are not pushy. They're passionate, waiting. They believe in what they're offering. They focus more on serving the person than sealing the deal. That kind of authenticity builds trust, waiting. And trust builds business. You don't have to be slick. You just have to be real. You don't need tricks. You need truth delivered with conviction, waiting. Selling also builds character. It teaches you to face rejection, to stay persistent, to communicate with clarity. Every no you hear toughens your skin. Every pitch you make sharpens your message. And soon, waiting, you stop fearing failure because you realize that every closed door brings you closer to one that swings wide open. It's a skill that makes you resilient, waiting, persuasive, and unforgettable. So if you truly want to ensure you'll never be broke again, learn to sell. Learn to present your ideas with confidence, waiting, your skills with boldness, and your value with pride. Because once you can sell, you can build, you can create, you can lead. And most importantly, waiting, you can write your own future. No permission required, waiting. Financial education is the real insurance against going broke. You see, it's not how much you earn. It's how much you understand, waiting. A man can win the lottery and lose it all within a year, while another can earn modestly and still build wealth over time. The difference, knowledge, waiting. Knowing how money works, how to protect it, how to grow it. That's what separates freedom from frustration. If you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, waiting, don't just wish for more money. Learn how to manage the money you already have. Most people were never taught how to handle money, waiting. So they fumble through life repeating the same mistakes. They confuse income with wealth, spending with investing, and debt with leverage, waiting. But once you begin to study the rules of money, saving, budgeting, compounding, asset building, you gain control. And when you're in control, Waiting. You stop fearing the future because you know exactly how to prepare for it. Financial education doesn't eliminate risk, waiting, but it gives you tools to manage it with wisdom. There's a reason the wealthy talk about money differently. They speak in terms of assets, returns, cash flow, waiting, and time horizons. They don't guess, they strategize. And here's the secret: you don't have to be born into wealth to think like that. Waiting. You just have to decide to learn. Read the books. Take the courses. Ask the right questions. Don't just work for money. Let your mind work on money. Keep waiting. The more you learn, the less you lose. That's real protection. The truth is, without financial education, you're vulnerable. Vulnerable to bad advice, bad deals, waiting, and bad habits. But with it, you become strong. You become sharp. You spot traps before they appear, and you take advantage of opportunities others miss. Waiting. A knowledge gives you options, and options give you freedom. And isn't that what wealth is really about? Waiting. So if you truly want to make sure you'll never be broke again, invest in your financial intelligence. Waiting. That's the one investment that always pays dividends, regardless of the economy, the job market, or the headlines. Because when you understand how money works, waiting, you never have to fear not having it. You know how to go out and create it again. And that, my friend, is real wealth. Waiting. Time management isn't just about being busy. It's about building wisely. You see, some people are busy all day long and still end up broke, frustrated, waiting, and stuck. Why? Because they confuse motion with progress. They chase tasks instead of results. Waiting. But successful people understand that time is not something to fill. It's something to invest. Every hour is a seed. Waiting. And how you plant it determines what you'll harvest. You can't manage time. You can only manage how you use it. And if you use it right, waiting. Time will reward you with freedom, growth, and wealth. The secret is not doing more. It's doing what matters most. Waiting. The average person says yes to everything and ends up doing nothing well. But the wise person learns the power of focus. Waiting. They prioritize the vital few over the trivial many. They ask, what moves the needle? And then pour their best energy into that. Waiting. If you spend your time on low-value activities, don't be surprised if your life stays at a low level. But start stacking high-value hours. Waiting. And you'll rise without needing to rush. Here's the truth. Every rich person and every poor person has the same 24 hours. Waiting. What makes the difference is what they build with those hours. Some build distractions, others build legacy. Some build entertainment, others build equity. Waiting. The clock doesn't care who you are. It only rewards the disciplined. When you begin to see your calendar as a tool for wealth building, everything changes. Waiting. Your time becomes a business and every minute becomes an asset. And don't forget, rest is also part of wise time management. Burnout is not a badge of honor. Waiting. If you don't schedule rest, your body will schedule failure. Use your time to recharge, reflect, and realign just as much as you use it to produce. Waiting. Productivity is not about speed. It's about sustainability. Manage your energy like a professional, and time will work for you, not against you. Waiting. So if you want to make sure you're never broke again, start treating your time like it's more valuable than money. Because it is. Money can be regained. Waiting. Time cannot. And once you learn to spend each hour with purpose and direction, you'll begin to build a life of true wealth. Brick by brick, hour by hour. Waiting. Your ability to adapt and learn quickly is now the most bankable asset. The world is moving faster than ever before. Industries shift, technologies evolve. Waiting. Markets rise and fall, and the person who waits for stability is the one who gets left behind. But the one who can adapt, who can adjust, pivot, waiting, and grow in real time, becomes unstoppable. It's not about having all the answers. It's about being willing to learn new ones. In this new economy, waiting. Flexibility isn't weakness. It's your greatest strength. You see, knowledge has a shelf life. What worked 5 years ago might be irrelevant today. Waiting. So if you stop learning, you start losing. The person who refuses to grow becomes outdated, while the one who remains teachable becomes irreplaceable. Waiting. Don't just protect what you know. Study trends. Watch what's changing. Keep your skills sharp and your mind sharper. Waiting. That habit alone keeps you ahead of 90% of the crowd. Most people resist change because it's uncomfortable. But discomfort is where growth lives, waiting. The soil of success is change, and the seed is your willingness to evolve. When you meet a challenge, don't shrink back, lean in and ask, waiting. What can I learn here? That question alone can unlock doors you never knew existed, waiting. Every setback becomes a setup when your mindset is focused on learning and adapting. Let me tell you, the world rewards problem solvers, waiting, but it pays a premium to fast learners. The faster you can absorb, adjust, and apply, the faster you rise. That's the edge, waiting. You don't need to be the smartest. You need to be the most responsive. Learn fast, implement faster, waiting. That's how you go from being replaceable to being relied upon. So if you want to ensure you'll never be broke again, become a student for life. Read every day, waiting. Listen with curiosity. Upgrade your skills regularly. The person who adapts never stays stuck, because no matter how the world changes, waiting, they change with it. And in doing so, they stay valuable, profitable, and ahead of the game. If you master consistency, wealth becomes a byproduct, not a pursuit, waiting. Most people chase success like it's a finish line, but the truth is, success doesn't come from intensity. It comes from consistency, waiting. Doing the right things over and over again, long after the excitement has faded, is what produces real results, waiting. It's not about being perfect. It's about being reliable, because consistency builds momentum, and momentum builds wealth, waiting. The person who can stay steady in a world of distractions will always rise to the top. Discipline gets you started, but consistency keeps you growing, waiting. It's the daily workout, the weekly budgeting, the morning reading routine, done without fail. These small actions, done consistently, waiting, compound into massive results. You don't need a breakthrough every day. You need a rhythm, a routine, a set of habits that push you forward, one brick at a time, waiting. Success isn't one big leap. It's 1,000 small steps taken with purpose. The problem is most people are addicted to variety. They want something new, waiting, something exciting, something different. But successful people fall in love with repetition. They know that boring, waiting. Consistent effort beats random bursts of brilliance every time. It's not what you do occasionally that matters. It's what you do consistently, waiting. That's what shapes your identity, your outcomes, and your bank account. Consistency also builds trust. When people know you'll show up, they rely on you, waiting. When you keep your promises to yourself and others, you build credibility, and credibility creates opportunity. Whether in business, relationships, waiting, or your personal goals, consistency sends a signal: you can count on me. And that signal attracts responsibility, leadership, and ultimately reward, waiting. So if you want to make sure you're never broke again, stop chasing success and start building consistency. Master the mundane. Repeat what works. Stay on course, waiting, even when it feels slow. Because when you become consistent, success doesn't have to be hunted. It starts showing up on its own, waiting. Wealth becomes the echo of your daily habits.